Hey, see what's going on. Are you ready for some fallacies? For me to be wrong about all kinds of things? I know I am. I don't think you caught the end of the stream last night. Did you see the food guesser, the cat vomit on toast? There's a clip in the food channel. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. We may as well let one more song play. I'll get the game booted up. I think I got my audio all sorted out tonight. We shall see. Okay, so Fallacy Quiz. And then in-game, it should recognize it. Hold on. There it is. Okay, never mind that music. Get ready for this music. Kung, what's going on? Definitely check out that clip in food. It's the only minute that you have to see. Welcome to Fallacy Quiz. I wonder if I need to move me. I'll move me down just a little bit. Although then I'm covering up that guy. That's okay though. Okay. Sometimes people try to persuade you by using misleading or incorrect reasoning. That's what we call fallacies. By mastering Fallacy Quiz, you might be able to get better at spotting them. We'll see about that. Levels wise, this is out to its own track. I think that's okay. It's a little loud in my headset. I'm gonna turn that down, but let me know. Let me know how it is. Get on right after. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. We had some games to get through first. Okay. Each game, for 3 rounds of 5 questions, you have to identify whether or not presented statement is fallacious. Why am I'm wanting to say it like fallacy, and my brain's like, you don't know how to say that word anymore. If the statement is fallacious, there are formal fallacies that are easy to spot because they're explicitly invalid, but don't forget informal fallacies that seem logical, but what they imply is not. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna ace this. I'm not gonna ace this. As you play, you can unlock pages from the fallacy glossary. Okay. Get ready to challenge your mind. Fallacy quiz. Okay, let's go. Let's challenge the mind. Play along. There is a multiplayer. That's all we need. We have to do easy mode to start, so easy mode it is. I'm trying to get one more day out of these glasses. My new ones are coming tomorrow. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for the timer when the countdown is running. I think it judges you based on like how long it takes you to answer them. I'm hoping it's accessible in a way that we can just play and not worry about. I'm not worried about the score. And if anything, like rushing to judgment leads to these fallacies in the first place. Let's think about it. If we let them build this skate park, our neighborhood will change. Let's lay down the pros and the cons to decide if we should be opposed to that project or not. That's valid. Oh, I realized there is an actual timer over here. Oh my God, I don't have time to debate these. This is interesting. Okay, more people for apples to oranges, so apples are better than oranges. No, that's completely false. Appeal to popular belief. When tossing a coin, it's equally likely to have 4 heads than a tail than to have 5 heads in a row. Sure? Yeah, I mean, technically that is the case. Rats are mortal and I am mortal. Therefore, I am a rat. Okay, these are all pretty straightforward. I think in the second round, we have to figure out like what type of fallacy it is. If we ban people from carrying a knife in the streets, the next step is going to be that we won't even be able to have access to basic tools like scissors. No, that's completely false. Slippery slope. I'm gonna have to pause this to talk these out. I can't just rifle through these. This movie used to be a way. The movie used way too many special effects. It's another movie that did the same thing, got a bad review. That's why I think this one will get a bad review as well. That's bad. This is terrible. False equivalency. Yeah, this is terrible logic. Don't do that. People who used a body scale tend to lose more weight than others. It's crazy how stepping on a body scale leads to weight loss. That's stupid. We're getting a feel for kind of what's going on here. I was at the store and I wasn't sure which pen to choose, so I took the one that was a bit more expensive to be sure to get the No, it does not guarantee you quality. Appeal to money. You have bad grades in physics. Maybe you should work more on this subject. That's valid. Put the effort in. Don't be a dum-dum. Can we remove the timer? I will look at that. I wanted to fight you on these. Criminals usually hide their activity. This person wants to keep their conversation secret. They must be a criminal. No, maybe they're an upstanding American who appreciates their rights. To not self-incriminate and to not unreasonable search and seizure. I just got to the hairdresser and then I think, okay, hold on. There's no way we can turn the timer off, right? That's really unfortunate. Advanced settings? Oh, reading speed. What if I set my reading speed way down? We don't all read at the same speed for a variety of reasons. You can enter your own reading speed in words per minute, and it will tune the quiz timer duration accordingly. It's not recommended to use a parameter far from your real reading speed. Changes the game's difficulty. Like, the speed with which you are answering these should not be the important. As a neurodivergent person who like absolutely collapses under pressure of the speed of my response, that's just a bad way to think things through. And it's how people get trapped in circular reasoning and these foolish arguments in the first place, because they don't just step back, take a minute, and think about things. So we'll see what 40 words per minute does. I don't know. It's the lowest we can go. Liar's Bar, that would be a funny game to play for. Okay, we can check that one out. Okay, let's go back. We'll see what this does. Got out of the hairdresser, and I think they did a really bad job. I just got out of the hairdresser, and I think they did a really bad job. I think I can ask them for a refund. I mean, if you think, yeah, that's fair. That's valid. We haven't gotten anything wrong yet. But I'm interested to know which ones you disagree on or want to argue out. Yes, our burgers are indeed high in calories, but the vegetable portion is much larger in our new recipe. No, that is a red herring. You're changing the point of the argument. I like the idea that wealthy people are fundamentally valuable to society. Thus, it doesn't feel fair to increase taxes for them. That's ridiculous on so many levels. Wishful thinking. No, that's wishful thinking that you wish you were the rich person not getting taxed. That's like the 0.1% that you're fighting for, that you're never going to be. You've read a lot of books, but that doesn't necessarily mean what you say is correct. That's valid. That's true. Okay, we may have to turn the music off and just pause these and talk them out, because it's too fast. All the great movie critics love this movie, so it's weird that you don't like it. No, that's completely false. Appeal to authority. Okay, score 99. I think we broke the high score. Perfect score in easy mode. No problem. We got it. It's going too fast for me to process my argument. Yeah, I get it. We just unlocked expert mode. If you have a hard time, in this new mode, you'll be asked to choose the name of the rhetorical fallacy with 4 options. If you have a hard time choosing which is which, you can take a look to the fallacy glossary or train by playing easy mode again. Is easy mode going to give us different questions? Back to main menu. Settings. Let's turn the music down. Let's put some music on. What is this? Give me a second. Let me see here. Lo-fi hip hop. That is instrumentals. Like, why is there even vocals in some of this? That's silly. Why am I even able to filter that? Okay. Okay, so we got some lo-fi hip-hop going. It's very quiet. I can't hear it, but I turned that down. Okay. So we'll try and pause these and talk them through a little bit. Start the game. Do we run through another easy mode? Is it going to give us different questions? I mean, I'll have you say, I would just like to point something out. That AC was ready to argue some of these with me, right? But I got a perfect score. So I'm just saying, what are you arguing? Okay, I'm gonna read it and then we'll pause and think it through. Doctors treat their patients and take care of them, so you don't need to doubt this doctor for your treatment. That's just a really stupid thing coming out of somebody's mouth. I don't even know that we need to unpack that one that much. Destroying the exception. Okay. Humans are mortal and I am human, therefore I am mortal. Humans are mortal and I am human, therefore I am mortal. That's a perfectly valid statement. I think he threw away my banana, but I can't really prove it, so I guess I can't really accuse them of it. I mean, you could accuse him of it, whether or not there's evidence or not, whether actually you believe that he did it or not. Hang on a second. All right, here we go. Sorry. Apple just came back. Where were we? A really bad argument. Like, you can't, why couldn't you accuse them? You could accuse them. Valid. It's valid. Okay. You can accuse anyone you want. Yeah, I mean, that's not, and that's the thing, unpacking the verbiage. You never join us for lunch. We were wondering if you wanted to come with us this time around. That's valid. That's totally valid. Assuming that they don't want to join them for lunch because they hadn't joined them for lunch in the past is invalid. I keep seeing on TV people who receive aid without working, even bragging about it. Poor people are really lazy. That is false. Like, that's, you're connecting dots that don't. I mean, I guess depending on what news network you watch, that may seem like a totally valid story. But no, that is false. Okay, round 2. You say rats are harmless as pets. I think they have no business being in a house because they're pests. We can both be right with our own way of thinking. You're entitled to your own opinion, but I think that's actually the type of, is it like appeal to opinion or something like that? This is false. It's okay for you to have two different opinions. It's not okay for you to both have two different facts that are opposing. I think this is, yeah, okay. We're relativist fallacy. I think I'm thinking of something. There was another fallacy that I'm thinking of. I'm not going to listen to what you say about the environment, knowing that you work for a multinational nuclear power company. That person probably has a pretty good handle on some of the impact that businesses have on the environment. Just going to throw it out there. What am I missing here? Kids must be America. I mean, the 51st state thing. I'll just go out on a limb and say that Trudeau would have been a good governor. In my opinion, I don't know. But no, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous too. Though if certain states did break off, you should consider taking New England on. I'm just saying. If it was the other way around, I would happily join. Oh, Canada! No, this is false. Ooh. I was telling that housing all the homeless people would be at the expense of taxpayers, but you convinced me that it might end up being positive for everyone. However, you didn't prove to me that it would be the most profitable thing to do. What? I mean, technically, those words are true. Wait, was it? I was joking, but like, honestly, how many Americans know the full Canadian national anthem? Challenge. I'm gonna need to read this one again real quick just to figure out, because I think that it's valid because it's not actually making a logical conclusion. But let's run by this one more time and then go with our gut. A lot of people don't know outside of Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot arms. The old way, when I was a kid, in all thy sons command, but I'm pretty sure that's changed now. In all of us, maybe. They got rid of the thy sons part, right? Okay. I was telling you that housing homes would be expensive to taxpayers. You convinced me that it might have been positive for everyone. However, you didn't prove to me that it would be the most that's valid, but it's not. No! Moving the goalposts. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I was unpacking the statement wrong. They said there was a high chance of rain for today, so if you don't take your umbrella, you could end up getting wet. That's valid. That's the first one we got wrong, by the way, so far. Okay, hold on. We're going to talk about that, AC, because I'm pretty sure it's gone. I have an uncle who is 83 years old, and he's been smoking since he was 17. However, this is just one isolated example that doesn't allow us to draw any conclusions. Yes, that is correct, and that is valid. Okay. Hold on. I gotta answer this about the Canadian national anthem, because Canadian national anthem. Thy sons removed. No? The Canadian national anthem, O Canada, traditionally included the line, true patriot love and all thy sons command. However, in 2018, the lyrics were officially changed to the gender neutral, true patriot love in all of us command. I'm not sure. I wouldn't begin to know the French pronunciation, but technically, I guess that was changed in 2018 officially. But I'm sure old hockey heads like me keep just blasting out thy sons, but you know. Okay, let's jump in. We only got one wrong. That's not bad. One wrong in 5 rounds so far. Pretty good. I've ordered twice, and twice I've received a damaged package. I'm never ordering anything online again. That's just bad luck, and in this case, hasty generalization. You handed in your homework, but your notebook is in terrible condition. I won't waste my time looking at each page. You'll get a bad grade. That's false. And AC, that reminds me, French don't have gender neutral, so it prob hasn't changed. Oh, that's a good point. Which somebody was like, what? Someone asked Grok pretty early on, the X Twitter chat bot, AI bot, like, what is the Spanish for non-binary? And it was like non-binaria or binario, depending on the gender of the thing that you're talking about. No, you missed it. You missed it, Grok. You missed the whole point of that one. Fallacy of division. This stop sign has been there since the road was built. We've never seen how people would drive without it. It might be worth conducting some tests to understand its actual impact on traffic and safety. Yes. Valid. Okay. By reading Kant's books, I might learn some stuff. Valid. Those glasses were offered for an extra $1 on top of your other glasses, so they must be really bad quality. Don't put them on. No, that's... One wrong answer. That's not bad. That's okay. Back to main menu, and we'll dive into expert mode. What is custom? You can turn off timer, and Kong, you were right. I should have listened to you. Why do I never listen to chat? Kong, if you're walking the dog and listening in your headphones or something, I hope that you hear that you were right, and I could have turned the timer off in custom mode now. But we did have to play through the first round to get that. So now we can debate these till we feel really stupid. Okay. Only include mild topics. Glossary access. Auto move on to the next question. Let's turn off auto move on to the next question and turn off the timer. And yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, AC, we'll catch you in a bit. If I hadn't been nice to her, she would have refused to become my girlfriend. Wait, what? This is already off to a terrible start. If I hadn't been nice to her, if I had not been nice to her, okay, it's just worded weird. If I hadn't been nice to her, she would have refused to become my girlfriend. I've been kind to her the whole year, so she will not turn me down if I ask her. That is top tier incel fallacy. Is there like a Reddit brained fallacy category? Because that would be for sure high up on that list. False. You maniac. Denying the antecedent. We dive into these definitions. Whoa, that loads slow. Holy cow. It actually flips all the way. In the phrase, when the train has an issue, there is a delay. The train has an issue is the antecedent. A delay is the consequence. Okay, yeah, we're good. Continue. Oh, you want to know if the car is old. Well, actually, the transmission has just been changed. Totally unrelated, doesn't answer the question, avoids the argument. I'm going to go with that as red herring. Red herring. Indeed, indubitably. Continue. Beautiful people easily find partners. Already off to a terrible start. But I'm not beautiful, so I'll have a hard time finding one myself. False on many levels. Denying the antecedent. I climbed to the top of this mountain all by myself. You can do it too. It was great. The guides were really nice with me. I climbed to the top of this mountain all by myself. You can do it too. Sure. It was great. The guides were really nice with me. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah? What? It's just straight up a lie? Wait, what? What was the lie? That they climbed the mountain at all? That you could do it? I don't know what I missed there. I don't know what I missed there. Kung, what you did miss is that there is a way to turn off the timer in custom. But we didn't have access to that until we beat an easy mode anyways. So now we can just take our time. Oh, he had guides and was not alone? Did he say, okay, that makes sense. I've never put diced tomatoes in a guacamole before, but we can try. Like, there's no logical conundrum here. Like, yes, you could put diced tomatoes in a guacamole. That is a valid statement. Like, there's not really anything to debate there. Ready. I forgot we have to advance now. You don't want any cake? Okay, then I won't give you any. This also seems valid. Is this a trick? I wasn't denying the antecedent. Every week you lose at the lottery brings you closer to a week where you'll win. No. But that does keep some people grinding, I'm sure. For sure. It's the same reason why people don't want to tax the top 0.01% because they feel like they might be the top 0.01% someday. That is the American dream. But also, the American dream needs to involve more math because people don't understand how small 0.01% is. And maybe it's not worth throwing the rest of the country under the bus at a chance to be at 0.01%. What do I know? I'm really interested in buying this item from you, but the price of $10 is a bit out of my budget. Would you be willing to consider a lower price, or is it already a fixed price? There's nothing, I don't see anything that is a fallacy about bargaining. If I am using some logic to like imply that the product has a lower value in a poor way that doesn't have connection to reality, that would be false, but this seems valid. Okay. Thank God. My uncle died in a plane crash, but I've looked at statistics and it's still a safe means of transportation. Yes. Yes, it is. As someone who's terrified to fly, yes, it is. I agree with those statistics. I just don't, Woo. If we let them build a skate park, our neighborhood will never be the same. Think of what could happen to your children if they go there at night. I know it's false, but I'm trying to think of like what is the like. It's not false equivalency. What is it? Appeal to fear. Yeah, okay. I'd be more worried about what they do during the day, skateboarding around with other kids. Maybe they take a helmet off. Maybe they crash into one another. I'm not worried about what they do at night. Actually, I guess the kind of things they do at night couldn't be much better. But you should still, like my anxiety says, like be just as worried about them leaving the house during the day. Like stairs are dangerous. Traffic is dangerous. Chicken Little over here. People who think we should sort our trash have good arguments on the subject. I can give you some if you want. I feel like that's valid. You didn't give us any of those arguments, but they could. And that is true. With all the horrible stuff happening that they're showing on the news, I really think you should just stop going out. Now, that is my anxiety talking, but it's a false way of thinking. Spotlight fallacy. Focus on the negative, and then that's all you can. I mean, that's literally what our anxiety does, our anxiety circuitry. It gets stuck in that opposition, thinking about the thing that bothers us, that we probably heard a lot about in the news. People who think we should sort our trash are idiots. I mean, that's false. I'm sure there's plenty of people that sort their trash that are idiots too. Appeal to spite. You're complaining that he took all your lunch. What we'll do is he's going to give you one of the 2 sandwiches back. Then you can make peace with him, okay? No, it's not okay. Give me all of the lunch back. It's not yours, jackhole. Okay, middle ground. There's unemployment, so young people have more difficulty finding jobs. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay, boomer. Is there... Wait, what? Is that not a stupid thing that I just heard? What did I misunderstand about that statement? What? Just for you. Play a custom game. Okay, we'll go into expert mode, I think, which is where we have to determine the particular fallacy as well, if it is a fallacy, or say that it's valid, and not identify a fallacy if that is the case. Back to menu. Start game. Custom. Expert. Look, we've been doing it this way for 2 generations. Perhaps it's time to mix things up. So just because we've been doing a certain way, like, it's not necessarily bad to consider doing things a new way, but don't do it because you've been doing it a certain way. Like, it could be fine. Look, we've been doing it this way for 2 generations. Perhaps it's time to mix things up. Appeal to motive. False dilemma, bias generalization. It was valid. I don't think that was valid. I need more context. You are so pretty. I'm sure you'll help me carry this thing. That's appeal to flattery. That one seems pretty obvious. Nice try. I'm not helping you carry that. Okay, but it was Kant himself who said that. Appeal to authority? You already lost 5 times in a row at the roulette. If you don't win next run, that means you're cursed. Is it gambler's fallacy? It is. Okay. Nobody has proven that we can travel through time. I'm telling you, it is impossible. Nobody has proven it, so it is impossible. Now, just on the merits of the statement alone, no one has proven it, so it is impossible. Is an appeal to ignorance, technically, I believe. Having said that, time travel is very unlikely especially in a Back to the Future sense. Very unlikely. If anything, MCU type time travel possible, where it tears apart the timelines if you were to somehow go back, but it's not. It happened. We don't know of ways that the universe could be torn apart and put back together to allow that. Anyways, this is appeal to ignorance, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yay. We're doing pretty good. Only a couple have confused me so far. While turning down their plate of spinach? That's wrong, right? While turning down their plate of spinach. I know it's healthy, but I don't like it. Why is that? Like, you just don't like it. That's fine. It's valid. It's valid not to like spinach if you don't like spinach. I detest asparagus. Awful. Awful. One of the worst things in the world. It's trying to warn you off with its poisonous nature, with its horrible smell and taste. Because of the garbage collector strike, there are more and more rats in the streets. One day after school, one of them entered the backpack of an 8-year-old girl, and once at home, the rat jumped out and attacked her younger sister. How many children will have to endure this before the strikers stop? I don't know what Moat and Bailey is. Mott? But I'm pretty sure that is a spotlight fallacy, similar to focusing on, the bad news stories. No, I'm sorry. The asparagus argument was valid. It turns out it was valid. What? Misleading vividness. I kind of want to check the definition on this one. Because the garbage collector strikes, there are more and more rats. Misleading vividness. Insisting on presenting a rare case in great detail can be misleading. The more details are given, the more important and intense the example can seem. It's necessary to take a step back to evaluate this case with as much detachment as any other case. Putting the case into perspective by asking for information about its frequency and real consequences enables us to return to a rational discussion. And this is what they want you to do and are explaining you should do in a game that is racing you to get correct answers. So thank God for turning off the timer. No asparagus emoji. I mean, we could make it happen if we feel like it is necessary. But also I was considering at some point, like, I don't know, do I just start streaming on Twitch? I feel like it's better at live, but you can't rewind. The chat's way better though, and would give us a lot more flexibility, but I don't know that it matters that much. Okay, so it was misleading vividness. We were doing pretty good. Couple wrong here or there. It's 9 p.m. It's time to go to bed. Why? Well, because 9 p.m. is bedtime. That is circular reasoning. It's bedtime. Why? Go to bed. It's time to go to bed. Why? Because it's bedtime. That's circular reasoning. Why? Because circular reasoning works for the first couple years of a toddler's life, but then they figure out that they could just circle reason you back. This device has titanium parts. Titanium is more resistant than aluminum or steel, making it a very durable device. This device has titanium parts. Titanium is more resistant than aluminum or steel, making it a very durable device. Are we talking about like damage resistance? We're talking about heat resistance, and it's in the Antarctic where it's going to shatter. Like, what is this device has titanium parts. Titanium is more resistant than aluminum or steel, making it I feel like that's valid. God damn. Fallacy of composition. I gotta read about these. We get them wrong now because I'm getting confused. This consists of claiming something possesses a property just because a part of it does. For example, metal cannot fly. This metal airplane won't take off. I mean, your interlocutor must prove that a part's property remains property of the whole that cannot just assert it. It's the opposite of fallacy division. I still feel like that's just a poorly worded phrase to begin with. Like, just give me more context and then we won't have a fallacy. You're making me make this judgment on a singular sentence out of somebody. Like, perhaps we could have a conversation. It's not my fault they didn't get their point across. Or I guess it is because I inferred something that wasn't there. But, again, how much can we read into this? You prefer bananas, I prefer carrots. We can each have our own preferences, and that's okay. That's totally valid. Okay, most people get less sleep than what's recommended. I am on that list. I'm impressed that you're able to maintain a healthy sleep schedule. Most people get less sleep than what's recommended. I'm impressed that you're able to maintain a healthy sleep schedule. I don't know. Is it anecdotal? Nope. It was valid. It was just valid. Now I'm just reading too much. I'm doubting people that are just being honest and valid. This is what this game's doing to me. Yes, he did mess up on your haircut, but hairdressers do sometimes fail a haircut. That happens. Yeah? What? Okay. Is that valid? That no? Appeal to common practice? Now I'm getting confused. This game's making me doubt everything now. The person is that thumbnail is now correct because I'm about to turn into Rage Monster. This person is appealing to something that most people do to convince you to do the same. Given the tendency to give into what is most common and the tendency to conform to societal norms, this argument may seem reasonable. Just because everyone does it doesn't mean that it's normal to do so. If the person persists, you can follow the counterexamples. Some time ago, it was common practice to own slaves. Would you have used the same argument then? Oh, holy shit. Destroyed. Okay. Just ended that man's whole career. The earth is flat, and I won't accept any argument that contradicts this because it's part of a conspiracy. All these arguments are fabricated from scratch. I won't accept any argument that contradicts this because it's part of a conspiracy. Is it? It's not flattery. Is it the consequences of it's consequences? Okay. Yeah, you might have seen me steal this money, but trust me, it's not true. What? You might have seen me. Yeah, you might have seen me steal this money, but trust me, it's not true. I mean, that's a lie, right? Just straight up. Okay, thank you. Sanity restored. If raw materials increase in price, then the product's price must also go up. Potentially. A slice of cake that used to cost $2 is now $5. The cost of those raw materials must have skyrocketed. Not necessarily. Is it affirming the consequence? It is. Okay. How did we do this time? I think we got 2 wrong. 5 wrong. My God. Okay. Everybody's back. Help me out this time. Let's get through one of these. We're gonna get through perfect. Perfect. Expert. Here we go. Yeah, that's a great point. You saw me sell drugs to someone and watch them seizure into the canal, but trust me, it's not true. Even though there is footage of it. That poor woman. She seized right into the river. Even if I play the lottery my whole life, I'm not necessarily going to win. That is valid. That's just valid. That's what that is. That is valid. Okay. Being absent for 0 days guarantees an end-of-year bonus. He did have 1 day absent. He shouldn't have gotten the bonus. It needs to be taken back. I think that's a valid complaint. Ah! Nothing to see here. I see what you mean. That's exactly what an idiot would say. That's harsh, is what that is. I see what you mean. That's exactly what an idiot would say. Look at this smirk. Look at this smirk. Just so happy with himself saying that. Appeal to spite? Yep. Good job, Kung. AC's just like, no, it's valid. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're an idiot. It's valid. I think you threw away my banana. Prove me you didn't do it, or you'll have to pay me back. Shifting the burden of proof. AC's right, though. We're just right on paper. She's right in principle. Yeah, I could get that in customer service. I understand that. Making the move from support to sales was really funny. Because, like, I was working in like a sales escalation position, like the worst of the worst. The angriest customers, give them to him. He'll sort them out. From both this, like, a sales and a technical perspective. They created a role for me, essentially. And when I made the switch to sales, everyone in, like, a bunch of people in sales, like, were like, hey, how are you adjusting to all the pressure of sales? Like, this is the easiest job I've had in a decade. You guys should see what we do downstairs. Like, it was awful. Support was awful. Selling stuff, that's the amazing thing, like the transition to sales, because, like, going in support, people are calling with a problem about the thing that you sold them. It's your problem. Whereas when you're in sales, you're selling them a solution, and the problem is the other company's product, and you're selling a solution to fix that, to address those problems. It is like night and day. It's uplifting to your soul to step out of that. So I get it. Used to work as a tech support call center agent. As a woman, it was the best feeling to shut them up. What do you mean it's too late to turn the music up? Basically, you're saying, what do you mean it's too late to turn the music up? Basically, you're saying we should lower the volume? What do you mean it's too late to turn the music up? Basically, you're saying we should lower the volume. Appeal to common practice? Or a valid complaint, because it's like 3 a.m. and you're blasting freaking Sandstorm in a dorm. I'm going to say appeal to common practice. Scheiße! Okay. These oranges have no seeds. There's only a 1% chance that you'll encounter one. Then that's an incorrect statement already. These oranges have a 1% chance of seeds, not no seeds. You can't have no... Okay. Oranges have no seeds. There's a 1% chance you'll encounter one. It won't happen to you, so feel free to take a bite without worrying. Appeal to probability. That's so wrong. So wrong on so many levels. They appointed a new minister, but that doesn't mean that things will necessarily change. That is valid. They appointed a new minister, but that doesn't mean that things will necessarily change. That is a totally fair statement. Okay. I don't agree with it being valid. Beautiful people generally find partners easily. I'm quite beautiful, so it'll be easy for me. You could have atrocious vibes. I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, you might just be a horrible person. Like, imagine a really beautiful person, but they're like super, super outwardly racist. So no, that is hot hand fallacy. Destroying the exception. We're doing great. We're all over these fallacies. No one has ever traveled through time, so I can find it hard to believe that it could be possible, but I can't conclude anything. That is totally valid. That's what I was saying earlier in the other situation. I have an uncle who's 83 years old and he's been smoking since he was 17, so I won't worry about it. Anecdotal? Anecdotal. We're doing great. We're doing great. Okay. You're saying we should check everyone's backpack when leaving the store, so you basically think everyone's a thief? No, so no, they don't think everyone's a thief, but what is the... Is it moving the goalposts, or are you building a straw man? I think it's a straw man, but it might be moving the goalposts. Okay. The person never... Okay, this person never worked with their hands in their life. So I'm not sure why we should listen to them about how we could improve our working conditions. Maybe because they're the only one on site that doesn't have a massive head injury and is capable of complete sentences. Just a thought, because they wear a hard hat. This person never worked with their hands a day in their life, so I'm not sure why we should listen. No, that's just... Is it technically genetic fallacy in that, like, in terms of how genes are passed down, how the experience? Yes. Let's read this one, because I felt it was correct, but I'm not sure how to accurately define it. But I know it's not. In the face of theories, arguments, or facts, this one is about criticizing the origins or intentions of their sources rather than the substance. So because that they come from this background of not having worked with their hands, they are incapable, is essentially the genetic fallacy there. What is straw man is more of like, can we bring up the thing at any time? We'll see if we can go, can we go into it? When you're straw manning, you're like building up an argument that doesn't exist. I'm trying to think of a good way to put it in context. Like, I'll let the book define it, because I'm just going to murder it, trying to come up with a good... I'm trying to come up with something funny, and it's just not going to fly. I'm trying to force it, and it won't be a good example or funny. If you have the connections, you'll be able to find a job. If you don't have them, though, you just won't get a job. So that is correlation causation confusion? It is. Check this out. It's labeled new recipe, but since I don't know what they changed, it's hard to say if it's better than before. Check this out. It's labeled new recipe, but since I don't know what they've changed, it's hard to say if it's better than before. I think that's valid. Okay. It's confusing to me to say that something is valid in this game. Like, I don't feel right. Like, I'm expecting the other shoe to drop and them to lay a gotcha moment on me. Like, haha, you're stupid. You're the guy with the idiot sign because you didn't know this. Whether I'm good looking or not, it's not impossible for me to find a partner. That is valid. Whether I'm good looking or not, it's not impossible. Oh, it's not impossible. Why not just say it's possible? Valid. The double negatives. Okay. Expert mode, killing it. Okay, back to menu. Glossary. Let's see if we can come up with let's go check out Straw Man AC, and let's see if we can come up with a good Canadian example. How do we... What are we? Straw man. Okay. Twisted version of your argument that you never said. They will choose a position that appears to be close to yours, but that is much easier to discredit than respond to it. You might be tempted to continue the conversation or do so accidentally, but you would end up defending a position that isn't even yours. So no, interrupt them as soon as they misrepresent your argument. Set the record straight by clearly restating your real position. I'll come back to that. I'm working on something. Okay, let's do what? One more? And then we'll get into the web games? What do we think? Custom. We'll just do custom. No timer. I'm trying to come up with a Canadian example that's comical, and it's just like my brain is not firing tonight. He'll never do what he promised because his true hidden intentions aren't those. What? Appeal to motive? Okay. Kant? It's true. Kant did say that. The question is whether it is still valid today. That seems valid. Okay. Great start. Check this out. It's labeled new recipe. It's nice that they improved their product. It's new, novelty, right? So appeal to novelty. Yep. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's better. I don't know if any of you remember New Coke. You're probably too young to remember New Coke. They had Coke, and then they came out with New Coke, and it was horrible. And then they came out with Coca-Cola Classic and got rid of New Coke. And then, like, the old Coke is the new Coke. It is the classic Coke, essentially. Technically, the really classic Coke, the old school OG Coke, had cocaine in it until like the 1920s when it was finally made illegal. So that's where the name comes from. That was the OG, but like the recipe after that, once they took the cocaine out, that was the regular Coke. I don't agree with the big movie critics. I like this movie. It was a good time. That's a valid statement. It's totally fine. Totally fine. You haven't responded to my messages. Why are you so upset? That's ridiculous. Jumping to conclusions, like maybe my battery isn't charged, maybe my phone number changed and I didn't tell you because I'm upset at you. Never had the new Coke? Don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. Look, we've been doing it this way for 2 generations. We should keep doing it this way. That is appeal to tradition. As is tradition, sometimes a pencil lead may snap. In that case, you just have to sharpen it. However, if you'd rather not deal with sharpening pencils, you can use a mechanical pencil, but they're distinct tools. Sometimes a pencil lead may snap. In that case, you just have to sharpen it. However, if you'd rather not deal with sharpening pencils, you can use a mechanical pencil, but they're distinct tools. I think it's valid unless it's moving the goalposts because you had a very specific autistic fixation on pencils that weren't mechanical. And you insisted on sharpening them by hand regularly every day to make sure that they're all sharp and ready to go. Because that's important. And then you sharpen some of them to the point where they're like golf pencils. But what do I know about that? Okay. Continuing on. It's 9 p.m. It's time to go to bed. Why? Well, because you wake up early tomorrow and it's important to have enough sleep. It's 9 p.m. It's time to go to bed. Why? Because you wake up early tomorrow and it's important to have enough sleep. Is the why the loaded question? Or is that valid? Because I feel like if you say this to a child who is still growing that needs their sleep and you know they're going to be moody AF if they don't get their 8 to 12 hours in, that this is a completely fair statement and saving everybody so much headache tomorrow. Like people that don't even have kids that don't even know, like they won't even know the explosion of emotions that they avoided by someone else's kid having a good night's sleep. It's 9 p.m. It's time to go to bed. Why? Because you have to wake up early tomorrow, and it's important to have valid or loaded question. Valid. Doubting everything now. This game is not helping me. When you gain muscle, your weight on the scale often goes up too. I just checked my weight. I've gained some muscle. Affirming the consequent. Yeah, no, my scale goes up all the time. I'm not gaining any muscle. It's my brain getting heavier because it's smarter and getting inflamed. I don't see how this team could lose. They won all their matches until now. I don't see how this team could lose. So we know it's not true. Is it, I mean, correlation, causation? They've done this, so then that? I want to know what this is. The Moat and Bailey fallacy and the hot hand fallacy. I don't think those have been correct answers yet. Shit! Hot hand fallacy. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They had a hot hand. They weren't winning. I mean, they weren't losing. The hot hand fallacy is the opposite of the gambler's fallacy. So the gambler's fallacy was, we're losing, so if you lose again, you must be unlucky. The hot hand fallacy is the opposite. It's believing that after winning a hand at poker, you may have a better chance of winning again. Many people make this mistake. Okay, the hot hand. Your interlocutor may exploit this by mentioning past events that all had the same outcome to claim that this outcome repeating would be more likely. Here you should explain that in random experiments, outcomes are independent. You don't want any cake? Everybody loves chocolate, though. Appeal to popular belief. Some people don't like chocolate. They're maniacs, but they're out there. There was a great I posted it in movies just because there's no other place for it to really go. But movies is also a dumping ground for like random YouTube videos. But it was Billy on the Street, and he's like making somebody do a speed round, and it's like immigrant or true American, and every immigrant is like an actor or an author or somebody that's contributing something great to society, and all the real Americans that he's rapid firing off, like Timothy McVeigh, Ted Bundy, Ted Kaczynski, like it's all mass murderers, Charles Manson. It's just funny when you make people answer it in rapid fire. And that's a great kind of it's many years old, but it is topical today because people make those same fallacies when it comes to like, like immigrants bad because of news, when in actuality, like it's just not a thing. It's people connecting things based on anecdotal or incorrect logical connections. There's unemployment in the youth because young people just don't want to work. Appeal to motive. Me not voting in this election is equivalent to not taking part in a competition. As such, I cannot be held accountable for the result. Me not voting in this election is equivalent to not taking part in a competition. As such, I cannot be held accountable for the result. I mean, inaction is, you're still... False equivalency? Yes. No, you were still... not voting is a choice, but it doesn't get you off the hook for the bad choice that is collectively made when you didn't make a choice. Okay, so it's been 3 restaurants that I've tried on a whim, and each time I stumbled upon high quality ones. Come with me, I'll pick another one for tonight. It will be just as amazing. We just learned that this is the hot hand fallacy. I haven't been making mistakes, so I will continue to not make mistakes. This party was a total failure. People who were there must have been idiots. No. It's not valid. That much I can say. But I don't know what it is. Do we go for the Mott and Bailey fallacy to figure out what this is? Nope. It was fallacy of division. Consistent claiming that part of something possesses a property just because the whole thing does. This metal airplane flies so metal can fly. Okay. Which is, there was an opposite, where it's like, metal can't fly, so airplanes can't fly. Oh, that was the end results. Okay. We did pretty good. We got a decent handle on our fallacies, I think. Apple's getting the dog out. I'm gonna see if she's ready for some Bandle. Bab? You ready for Bandle?
Can you give me a minute to get the dog in?
Yeah, of course. Want to find out about the Mott and Bailey? Back to main menu. Glossary. Is it in there if we haven't answered it? Like if it hasn't been a correct answer? If we haven't encountered it, we don't get the definition of it. So apparently, unless I am missing it, I don't think we have it. But I want to learn. Okay, let's learn. Hold on a second. Over here. This is going to be, well, I was going to say it's going to be bright, but the fallacy homepage is pretty bright too. Studio mode, capture, window, this one, that one. Okay, and then out of studio mode. And zoom. Enhance. Are you going to play it upstairs or? Because I'll get feedback if I put it on speakers. Okay.
I am writing a discussion post.
Oh, okay.
I also think it's so funny that you're into this
Why?
right now.
Why?
I took a whole sociology class about I took a whole class about all of this and how ethical dilemmas and stuff like that.
It was a game that came out, I think, in January, so you can recommend it.
Well, I don't take those classes anymore.
Okay. I mean, you could, if I had a good relationship with the teacher, I might whatever.
Oh, I'm online.
Okay.
They grade my papers.
Did you see the trolley problem game?
Yeah, I played it with you.
Okay. Because that's a good one too for that kind of. Okay.
But you're learning.
I'll see you on in a minute. We're getting AC informed because she wanted to learn about this one that we didn't encounter yet.
Okay.
Moat or moat? Moat and Bailey Castle. Is this a thing? Is a form of argument and an informal fallacy where the arguer conflates two positions that share similarities. One modest and easy to defend, the Mott, and one much more controversial and harder to defend, the Bailey. The arguer advances the controversial position, but when challenged, insists that only the more modest position is being advanced. Upon retreating to the Mott, or the moat, I guess, that would make sense, the arguer may claim that Bailey has not been refuted because the critic refused to attack the moat, or the critic is unreasonable by equating an attack on the Bailey with an attack on the moat. Examples. Morality is socially constructed. In this example, the moat is our beliefs about the right and wrong are socially constructed, where the Bailey is that there's no such thing as right and wrong. Well, I mean, it's something we can keep an eye out for next time we play. For certain, for sure. Okay, AB's in chat. Let's pause our music. Let's at least knock out a daily bandle and see how we're feeling. Okay, we're talking 2003. 968 million YouTube views. That's pretty good. And medium par 3. For your consideration. Not that one. Hold on a second. Stats. We are 49 for 50. This is not me. This is us. I wouldn't be able to be here at a 98 percentile without all of you. So I appreciate that. I think it's interesting to see, like, killing nostalgia, doing really good at movies. We're well under par. 2010s is by far our worst category where we haven't come in under par yet. 80s also not very good. So nostalgia and movies, I'm kind of surprised. Okay, but jumping back in to the Daily Bandle 2003, 968 million views. This is Apple's jam. She knows it already before the drums even hit. Here's the drum bass. It's a medium par 3. This sounds very familiar. I'm going to give it to us one more time. Is it, Kung? I'll throw that out there. Nope. That's a tricky one. This is the part where we are supposed to get it, when the electric guitar and guitar kick in. Backing vocals. AC, are you carroting Play It Again or Here Without You? Nice. I don't know if I know it. I was not listening to the radio much in 2003, so we would have had that on part 3. Wait, what? How? We didn't get to the vocals. Or are you saying that you forgot there were strings in it? Okay, what do we need to improve here? Or what should we lean into? We do really good at movies. Let's see if that is true. Ready? No, that's the Daily Bandle. That's not what I wanted. Let's knock out a movies. All songs. Or do we do least played? Does that mean that we won't get repeats? I don't know. Let's see. 1964. What the? Easy part 2. Movies. Can I take her out? Yeah, I can. Does she need to go now? Is that what you're saying, Apple? Yeah, I can come grab the dog. Hold on, everybody. I'm gonna let me put some music on and I gotta get the dog out. I will be right back. We got lots of web games to play. Don't go anywhere. The dog didn't do anything. Apple, if you can hear me in chat, I'm typing to you as well. She didn't do anything. She may be looking for an animal. And also she likes to dig. And that's what she went out there to do and then came back in. So she's fine. Or at least I think she is. She's probably pooping in the kitchen right now because she's a B word. Okay, 1964 movie. The heck? Are people getting it from the drum part? Easy part 2. Pretty woman. Okay, That was easy. That was easy. Who are the 30% of people? I'm sorry, 30% of people. 1/3 of the people that play this. We're in the top half, okay? But 1/3 of the people that play this were like 1964. Oh, it's Roy Orbison, of course. Like, come on, are you serious? Okay. We're gonna try and get one from each category. We're playing until we get one from each category. Least played. Okay, now we are on TV. 1995, easy par one. We're supposed to get it from just the drums and the bass. Get ready, everybody. 1995, 10 seasons. Why is this so familiar to me? I should know this, right? Is this Friends? Is this Friends? What is it? I'll Be There For You? It is. Okay, 49% of people got it from that. Okay. So we got that. That's easy. We got our movies and our TV. What about our nostalgia? 1971. Par 3. Ooh. Ooh. If that, like, lag in the drum beat is intentional, that is John Bonham and this is Led Zeppelin. But let's find out. No. I don't think so anymore. Because that does not sound like John Paul Jones. Maybe it is. That break, the way that drum fill happens is so John Bonham. It's Stairway to Heaven. Which is not the best John Paul Jones bass line, honestly. They weren't crazy about this song. Robert Plant goes out of his way to not listen to it, to not have to hear it. Honestly, did I not say that the drum sounded like Led Zeppelin? I called that on one, right? I should have gone out on a limb. It's like this lazy fill that comes in a 16th too late, right there, that part. Like it's so John Bonham. It's like I don't know. There's nobody that drums like him in my brain. I am a huge Zeppelin fan though. I have every single vinyl. Well, at least the studio albums, all 10. I was missing one, and my cousin knew that was the one I was missing. He tracked it down like 10 years ago. Presents. I want to say it was their 6th studio album. 1, 2, 3, 4. Houses of the Holy. Presents. Physical Graffiti was 7 and 8. In Through the Outdoor and Coda. So there you go. Where to next? That was nostalgia. Let's do 80s. Time to Shine. 1984. 157 million views. Very Hard Par 5. We should have done a bonus on the Zeppelin. I forgot about the bonus rounds. $1984. So an organ, 2 synths, and a voice. Ooh. Could it be? I feel like girls that just want to have fun is a little bit faster, but I'll throw it out there. It is not. This is a tough one. Okay, the voice will give it away, hopefully. To say I'm sorry, I just called to say how much I care. Stevie! 1984, man. Wow. What a musical career. So many amazing songs. Okay, where are we? That was 80s, 90s. Come on, we can get through, we're going to do one of each. We can get through 3 more, but I really need your help on the 20s and 2010s. Please, please. 1997, 299 million views, medium par 3. What? I don't follow. $1997. Who is this? I'm. Oh, okay. I was just messaging to see if you were still there. I'm gonna play it again. What is it? Play it again. I'm gonna get us a clue. Not demons. Apparently not. That would make sense, though. Just Angels? Robbie Williams? That's why I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we technically got it, though. That was... What was that? That was... Was that 90s? And we're into the 2000s? 2008, almost 1 billion views. Easy part 2. Okay, come on, everybody. Was Bruno Mars that early? Piano and bells and strings? Like this is was it Mary? What is it? Mary? No. Marry Me? Why? How come I can't type? What was the Bruno Mars? Is it not that Bruno Mars song? I cannot type. I swear to God. No. It's not that, I guess, because it's not an option. I thought though, like the tempo, I guess the timing's a little off because it was closer to our wedding than it was to 2008, right? Like, it's too early. Okay, we'll do the piano and bells. It's, Roman choirs are singing Coldplay. What the hell is the name of that song? A Sky Full of Stars? Roman Catholic choirs are singing. You think it's a Viva La Vida? Okay. We'll do the bonus round on this one. Okay. What do we got? I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing. James Corden misunderstood this lyric and sang something, and Chris Martin laughed at him in Carpool Karaoke. Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Whatever James Corden saying was like nothing close to this, and Chris Martin had a good laugh about that one. He is down here. We've seen this picture many times before. Chris Martin. He is from England. What historical figure's experiences inspired the lyrics of Vida La Vida? King Louis? What other song was released in 2008? Not Post Malone, maybe Gaga, Panic at the Disco, or Beyonce? I'm going to leave this to Apple. Apple, you got advice here. What song came out in 2008? Beyonce, I would guess. Okay. And then in which album it was... No! Or Death and All His Friends. My God. Okay. Feel Good. Okay. So we did that. We're doing great. We're doing great. Come back out to Bandle because we want to do one more of the 2010s, and I'm hopeless here. Very hard par 5. That's what we needed. That's not helping us. Just a decade off, AC, no big deal. I'm jumping through these because it's par 5 and we're probably not going to know it earlier. 2011, almost 1 billion views though. Is very familiar, but it's very like traditional poppy circle of fifths, not very adventurous. Matis Hayu. Isn't that how it was spelled? I'm guessing it's not Matis Hayu. Is that the song I'm thinking of? That ska guitar, that upbeat guitar got through me. Stereo Hearts. I'll try it. I cannot type today. Nice job, AC. I could have said at this stage, like, oh, I'm pretty sure I've heard that as a song. But I don't know. No way I would have got it. No way I would have got that. Okay, doing awesome here. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's knock out some dailies and stuff and call it. So disorderly today, sort these household products by when they were first introduced, starting with the most recent. These are all relatively newer time frame. Okay, Tide Pods for a while. Maybe Roomba older than that. When did Instapot come out? Like, I know we got ours and it was like all the craze, but I don't know when it came out. Okay, Apple, love you. Good luck. So, what's most recent? The Roku? Did Instant Pot come after the Roku? And then, like, where's the Keurig? Back down here? You think Instant Pot oldest? I don't know where to put that one, honestly. Let's try it. So Roomba was down there. Keurig is the oldest. Is Echo after Roku? Like that? Echo is the most recent. Don't tell me Instapot. Nope. It's Tide Pods. Keurig 1997. Roomba 2002. Roku 2008, which is like 2006 is when high def started coming home. Instapot 2010, Tide Pods 2012, and Echo 2014. Man, Tide Pods are just a blight on humanity's history. Okay, Thrice. Thrice is so bright. What the actual hell? I need to come up with filters for this stuff. In Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Terry Camilleri, I think I know who this is, played a historical figure with what first name? Napoleon. This guy, if it's right, yes. This guy also, I'm pretty sure, go check out his like IMDb. He's got like, I bet 2 roles that are on there. This, and he was also the guy, I wonder how they bill him, like bathtub guy in Truman Show. He doesn't have any speaking lines. He just like screams and reacts. He cries and like throws stuff out of the tub at the end of the movie. But that's the guy who played Napoleon. What were the other clues? In this summer's adaptation of Animal Farm, Seth Rogen voices a character, what mononym, and in a certain 2004 cult classic, John Heater. Yeah, that would have been a good clue. Rocked moon boots and voted for Pedro as a title character with what first name? Napoleon Dynamite, of course. No one wants a roundhouse kick to the face while you're wearing these. Makers of those crimped cardboard single-serve sour cream containers, among other things, Tetra Pak, was founded in what country? Cardboard single-serve? How is that not United States? Nope. The New York Stock Exchange saluted Spotify's 2018 IPO by raising the flag of Switzerland instead of what country they're actually from, Sweden. That is correct. Volvo is headquartered in Gothenburg, the second largest city in what Scandinavian country? Okay. There's a famous shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo Steakhouse in what U.S. state that's quite far from any oceans? A famous shrimp cocktail in St. Elmo's Steakhouse. Nebraska. I don't know. Nebraska. The classic Coca-Cola bottle, it was incorrect. The classic Coca-Cola bottle was designed in Terre Haute. In what Midwest state? Where the hell is Terre Haute? I feel like I should know that. Is it Wisconsin? I don't know how to spell American states. Almost time for a race car driver to drink some milk in a weird tradition at the famous race in the dead center of what state? What? Thrice needs a dark mode for sure. It's one of the more offensive ones from a screen brightness perspective. It's almost time for a race car driver to drink some milk. Midwest though? That's like Louisiana is technically south. I mean, you said it, AC. I didn't. Indiana. Next question, please. We have no right to name a substance known for a long time. So wrote 2 French botanists in 1817, proposing what name for a pigment? French botanist, 1817. Chlorophyll? Yes! I will take it. What else would it have told us? If you've ever had green pasta, there's a good chance it was colored using chemical that's almost in every plant. Photosynthesis happens thanks to what class of pigments that comes from the Greek colored leaf? Chlorophyll. New Hampshire writer Sarah Josepha Hale is best known as the author of what nursery rhyme? I have no idea. You don't really... Okay. Louisiana seems like an obvious one, though, that's south. I'm not Canadian, and in fact, I mean, most Americans probably know a lot less than I do about the map, but like, you know, I know my Alberta from my BC. I know my Saskatchewan from my Manitoba. I know my Labrador from my Newfoundland. Not just the dogs, but the territories. I'm going to say show me next clue here because I have no idea. In 1972, Paul McCartney and Wings scored an improbable top 40 hit with what song that incorporates the name of Paul's mom? I am going to skip and go to the next clue again because I have no freaking clue. Thomas Edison family christened his new phonograph machine in 1877 by reading what barnyard classic? Mary Had a Little Lamb. That is correct. We got a point. So not terrible. We got 2 on the first clue. We got 1 on number 2, 1 on number 3, and we did get 1 wrong, but we've done worse at thrice before, so that's okay. Click the globe to play. Enter the name of any country. I always start with Turkey. That's my starting word. I can't type today. I'm off place. Zenny pop-ups because I was shopping the site. Wait, did I mean Ukraine? No, I meant Turkey. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to France today. France is cooler. Will it take UAE? That is warmer. Nepal is cooler. So Armenia is cooler. I should have known that bordered Turkey. So like down Somalia. Okay. Kenya? Is that border or is that shit? Technically warmer. So not, would it tell us if it was bordering, right? It tells us, does this game tell us if it's bordering? So like, do I have to type out the whole Democratic Republic of Congo or could they just take DRC? Cooler. Okay, so north maybe? I feel like Egypt would make Turkey warmer, so like Sudan? How? So am I supposed to go further south? I don't really understand. I feel like I'm used to the warm cool system of Mozambique. Warmer. Okay, can we go South Africa? Is cooler. So what's... Oh. Who knows their... You think Ethiopia? Isn't Ethiopia further north? Ethiopia... cooler. So like Mozambique and Botswana. Mozambique. I didn't do Mozambique yet, did I? Already guessed Mozambique? Botswana. Okay, is warmer. Son of a biscuit. Okay. What about just the Congo? Okay, so not the Congo or the DRC. Not Mozambique, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa. What is... It's in here. Or what is this? I guess Namibia, and that was not... That was cooler, technically. So, like... Tanzania. Okay, Tanzania is warmer. Madagascar. This one's tough. It's warmer. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What is out here? Oh my god. I might have to map this one. What the hell is out there? What? I can't even read that. It's so small. What? I've never heard of this, but I'm going to put this in. What is Mauritius? What? I didn't know that this country exists. I honestly have never heard of this. I looked at the map and I was like, okay. What is that? I'm sorry. That has got to be... How... Where is Wikipedia? How many people live here? $1,000 nautical miles. They speak Creole. 2% French, 3% Chinese, 28% Creole, 67% Indian, half Hinduism, 30% Christianity, 18% Islam. It's a pretty mixed population. How many population? Just over 1 million. Just over 1 million. That's pretty wild. Okay. Let's knock out the daily food guesser. Don't go anywhere because we are gonna cry. I don't know about frame, but I just feel like we're getting on a roll with box office game. This looks really, really good. I am playing this game at the end of the night is a mistake because sometimes it makes me really hungry when it's not English cat vomit spooned onto toast. That does not make me so hungry, but this looks pretty delicious. Chocolate ingredients are chocolate cookies. I honestly don't know how to say this. Dulce de leche. I think I got it kind of close. Cream cheese, milk, coffee. Whipping cream is optional. Throw that on there, please. Chocolate shavings optional. Again, yes, please. Dish is decadent layered dessert featuring chocolate cookies and creamy filling. Cookies are soaked in coffee milk. Alternated with a mixture of cream cheese. So is it Italian? Technically? Ice cold. Is it the United States? Also ice cold. It wants me to go south. Are we thinking like a rich No bake treat with a smooth, luscious interior and slightly firm exterior, perfect for any sweet occasion. Brazil. Borders. Colombia. Cool? What did I, how did I cool off that fast? I mean, Brazil is massive, so I guess, so that would imply that it is like, okay, so it borders Brazil and Colombia is cool. So let's go to like the extreme, which would be, do we go all the way down to like Argentina or Uruguay? Argentina. Come on. Yes.
Chocatorta.
Chocatorta indeed. Hook me up with a chocatorta, please. Okay. That, I mean, that has like right away kind of a gimme. I mean, I know it's Asian. I don't know. Glutinous rice flour. Let's start in China. Never mind. Let's end in China with the crystal cake. Okay. This is a satay. Is it Thailand? Cool. And we need to go southeast from there. Okay. So goat meat as the first ingredient. Goat meat. Interesting. Sweet soy sauce, lime juice. We're going southeast of Thailand. So maybe, and we are cool. Philippines? We're warm, but we need to go further south. Indonesia? It doesn't technically border it, right? Okay. I thought it looked like a satay.
Camping.
What did you say?
Say camping.
Okay. Is that it? Final score? We did pretty good. Okay. Framed has been a thorn in my side. Framed is always really tough. And I don't have the foggiest clue what this is. I don't know. Midnight Cowboy. It doesn't give us any context or year, but just it's older stylized. That seems like that should be a very recognizable Queen Anne. That's such an odd Queen Anne with the chimney on the left exterior with no other protrusions on that side, just a straight shot of house. Maybe there's a little bit of an add-on down here. What the heck is this? Dirty blue suit, sack of clothes. I'm gonna pass. Nothing is coming to mind here. Wait, that's not a Queen Anne? What are you talking about? Sure it is. I think it is one that is built for a movie set, honestly. I don't think it's like an actual Queen Anne, or it's a house that was converted into it, because it seems very unnatural the way some of these are. But these like needless eaves and this round structure protruding, and it's trying to be a Queen Anne, but it didn't. I feel like it's a movie set Queen Anne and not an actual. He looks familiar, like I know him as an actor much later in life. But again, I don't know what movie this is. And that is Kevin Kline. Right? Isn't that his name? Kevin Kline? I don't know what this is. And that is, what's her name? Meryl Streep. Kevin Kline. What is this? And what building are they in with that ceiling? I don't know. Sophie's Choice? I don't think this is Sophie's Choice. Isn't Sophie's Choice World War II concentration camps? Not New York City with electric lighting and marquees and Queen Anne's and Italian architecture. I'll do it because I don't have any idea. But I also don't think Kevin Kline's in that. He's a comedic actor. Get the fuck. He's in that? Do I have the movie wrong? Like, am I misunderstanding the... I've never seen it, but like, is that not the choice? Is it not like deciding who gets to escape the concentration camp? Or am I thinking of Schindler's List? There's probably a completely different dilemma at the heart of this, and I don't. Her husband and father were killed in Germany. Okay, so it. I didn't realize it takes place after, like, her life in the States afterwards. Okay. Well, good call. Framed has been very hit or miss for me. Do I try random? Random movie. Absolutely no idea. I feel like that is a give me for a lot of people. No idea. Okay, Framed is just making me foolish. I bet we can knock this out. 2004, maybe not. Okay, New Market Films, 213 million in 2004. This is a big one. I like to go tagline and as many actors as we need. I feel like that was enough, though. By his wounds we were healed. 2004, massive cash cow. That has to be The Passion of the Christ. Yeah, okay. Warner Brothers, 28 mil on the weekend and total gross. Did it just like die instantly? They're the man. They are the man. Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller did a lot of movies, but if this is Owen Wilson, then this is Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch. Yep. They're the man. Snoop Dogg, by the way. Am I on the way here? Okay, number 3 is a Touchstone Pictures 18 million gross. Unbridled, Unbroken, and Unbeaten. Unbridled, Unbroken, Unbeaten. Viggo Mortensen. What was the name of the? He was in like a horse movie, and it had what's his name from Lawrence of Arabia? Omar Sharif. Is Omar Sharif in this? No. Yes. It's the isn't it the horse's name? Hildago? Is it not Hildago? What's the hot? Hildago. Am I spelling it wrong? What am I doing? Submit. I can't submit it. What the hell? Isn't that? I'm almost positive that that's the Viggo Mortensen movie. I'll copy it from chat. Not Hildago. Hidalgo. I thought it was Hildago. Hidalgo. Omar Sharif is in this. He was in Lawrence of Arabia. He was also in Top Secret with Val Kilmer, rest in peace. It was like, I want to say it was like Val's like first big role. No, maybe Real Genius was before that, but they were very close to one another. And he like really popped off in a couple summers. Okay, Sony Pictures, 99 million. Imagine having to win over the girl of your dreams every freaking day. I bet it's the Adam Sandler one. Yep. Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, Rob Schneider. We're killing it today. Paramount Pictures, 16 million total gross, 5 million on the weekend. Every murder has a mark. How about actor? Ashley Judd, early 2000s. Murder has a mark. Is it Kiss the Girls? Kiss the Girls? Kiss the Girls. That is a miss. Okay. Ashley Judd had a couple of, she was big in Hollywood for a couple years, and she had a couple formulaic movies. So if I'm confusing this one with Kiss the Girls, who was in that one, she's the target of a serial killer. There's another movie where she is a cop looking for a serial killer, and they're like killing all her exes. And if that's the case, it would also be starring Samuel Jackson. It is. And I think it's called Twisted. Okay. Okay, now we're cheating. Andy Garcia, Sam Jackson, and Ashley Judd. Yeah, this is like very formulaic for her. Like you could probably swap out the two movies and just change the names, and it like people wouldn't get thrown off. Like, oh, you meant Kiss the Girls? Yep, I meant Kiss the Girls. So not bad. We did pretty good on logical fallacies, I feel like. I thought we did all right. I don't know. We did pretty good. And then we killed it on movies. We knocked out some Bandle. What's coming? Why did my camera just refocus like that? What's coming soon? What's the AC? Are we doing it Stanley Parable tomorrow or Saturday? What are we doing? It's coming up in one of those. Which where is it? Downloads? Where is the... Did I post the thumbnail for that yet, AC? By the way? I don't know if I did. Where did I... Maybe I didn't even download the thumbnail for it, actually, yet, come to think of it. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Hold on a second. I want to show you this one because I thought it came out really good. Not that you won't see it very shortly anyways. This using a little bit more of the anime one. I want to download the file. Canva, come on, you're killing me. Share, download, just grab it. I did download it already, apparently. There we go. So yeah, coming very shortly on the channel will be the Stanley Parable. Okay, so yeah, so let's shoot for that tomorrow. I think that's a good way to do tomorrow. Break out the Expos hat and the mouse sweatshirt just on principle. So I'm smiling now, but maybe I won't be after the Stanley Parable. Who knows? So yeah, so there's that. Sunday night will be off. It's getting into a rhythm here, so I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. I hope you had some fun playing Bandle and figuring out movies, and I should have listened to Kung on Sophie's Choice. Little did I know he was a Meryl Streep expert, but now we know. Next time we know. I'll have an existential crisis tomorrow. Okay, fantastic. We'll get ready for that. You don't want to miss that for sure. Okay, until tomorrow, wishing you well. We'll see you for Stanley Parable, and in the meantime, consider this.